Welcome to 35KY Sports. It is your guy Murphy.
It's your boy Al, the real man of BBN.
Man, what's good with y'all? We finally back in the Yoa together again. How y'all fellas feeling today, man?
Feeling good, man. Coming off a big rivalry game victory, man, by the hometown Louisville Cardinals. So everything's pretty good over here on this side. And everything's all good, man. It feels good to be back to society, and it sucks to have to come back in here and have to deal with the type of sports weekend it was for me and my team. So it is what it is.
Well, happy Thanksgiving out there to everybody. How was y'all's Thanksgiving, man?
Man, mine was cool, man. Got to celebrate with the fam, and money back y'all Thanksgiving night was lit.
Man, it looked lit.
Yeah, it was a great little time, as Al said. Got to be with the family, hang with the family. Actually, got to spend a little more time with my family this time, because usually her family hog all the little precious time, because we get out and do the shopping, and it's earlier and earlier, which we ain't have to buy too much this year. It was easy. It was two things that we really wanted. We were able to get it, and lucked up on a couple other things that was for the low. So it was a great little weekend.
Shout out my family too, man. Had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Shout out the caramel pie, the macaroni and cheese, the turkey, the chicken, just everything, man. Some good food, some good fellowship. So hopefully everyone out there had a good, happy Thanksgiving. So man, let's jump right into it. I mean, it was a good Thanksgiving weekend for Cardinal fans. Louisville just goes to Lexington to Kroger Field and just annihilates the Wildcats 44-17. So unfortunately, we had a show on Wednesday night and had some technical difficulties where we lost the episode, but the one thing that I do remember is Al making this bold prediction that we were going to put that many points up on the Cats, and as soon as that happened, I was like, damn, my cuz was right.
I felt it coming, man. It was a train rolling, man, here at the end of the year, and they capped off a solid run here to win 4 of the last 5, coming off the Boston College loss. Cardinals won 4 of their last 5, and they went in the Commonwealth and, frankly dominated the Wildcats yesterday in all phases of the games. They didn't punt. They didn't punt one time yesterday. First time a Louisville team's done that in 10 years. Usually win those games if you don't punt. That means you're doing something right. 44-17, 27 points. That was just being nice. They really left a few points on the field with a few calls. Could have been worse. Damage could have been worse. But, great display yesterday by the Cardinals, man. Just a full-out team effort. And Lamar Jackson, total control. Had it on cruise control yesterday. Coach Petrino, well-balanced game plan, what I've been calling for and asking for this year, with more consistency, with the passing attempts coming down on Jackson a little bit and running the ball more. So got to see all of that. Defensive momentum continued off the past 2 weeks' performances against Syracuse and Virginia, and that was the one big thing I harped on. I said if that defense comes out and plays the way it's played the last 2 weeks, that it could be a long day for Kentucky, and they did that and came out, executed early. All the things I've been asking for Louisville all year: come out, execute early, get on top of them. They did that yesterday versus Kentucky.
If you watched or paid attention to college football the last 3-4 weeks, Louisville kind of been trending up. The Louisville team been looking really good. The defense hasn't been great, but it has been playing better and better. If you watch that Syracuse game, they even remotely shut down that Syracuse defense. The way y'all did shows vast improvement, because that Syracuse offense is very exciting and can put up points quick. As a fan, when it first started, I was sitting down watching. Y'all scored the first drive, the very first drive of the game. The way that y'all scored, it was just perfect execution. It was easy. I was like, dang, okay, this ain't looking good. We came down, we punted. Y'all get the second drive. Y'all come, it come down, and then y'all scored again and scored again and scored again. It was just so easy, and we wasn't able to capitalize and do it. So, if you didn't watch the game and look at the numbers, you wouldn't think that the game was as bad as the score was. I mean, the third down completion was y'all was 6 for 11, we was 6 for 13. You know, rushing wise, that's where y'all killed us. Y'all had 346 rushing yards, which we knew was terrible. Started the season top 10 in rushing, which I said earlier. That's against teams that really don't rush. Let's wait until the end of the year when we play real teams that rush. And we gave up 380 something last week versus Georgia. So
gave up 346 yesterday against the Cards. So
bad game.
Like you said, almost got 1,000 yards in the last 2 weeks of the season rushing.
Terrible.
And I gotta take my hat off to Jackson, the razor sharp focus he came out with and showed yesterday. I mean, it was
Seemed
precision.
like he wanted revenge.
I mean, he opened up the game 7 for 7. I mean, the one drop was the Jalen Smith drop in the back of the end zone. It would have been 8 for 8 with a touchdown. I mean, that focus they came out with yesterday, it showed. Like, they were locked in, they wanted to.
Hold on, but how easy did our defense make it for him to throw them passes, though, when we was already 8 to 10 yards cushion, so y'all already had the difference in it. It's shout out to Petrino and Jackson. When they both was talking earlier in the week, you could kind of hear that this game was really on their mind and they was going to be focused for this game. I just wish that our defense showed any heart or any type of wanting to win the game, man.
Well, they tried. I believe it was the second series of the game. Lamar comes down, runs to the left, runs out of bounds, and gets back up and collides with a Kentucky player. I believe his name is Jackson.
Nah, Jordan Jones.
Jordan Jones. I'm sorry, Jordan Jones.
But throw out the Lonnie Johnson who made the tackle. He was mad because, you know, Jackson lowered the shoulder on him and tried to get the extra yards. He was right down around the goal line. So he got a little extra physical with Jackson and kind of slung him like down on the ground. So that's what started it. And Jordan Jones was standing over him when he got up. Jackson got up and bumped him. And then that's when Lamar pushed him. But we come to find out Lamar pushed the craziest dude on the team, a hothead. So
first game of the season, he was spitting with the fans and stuff. You know,
they said he's crazy.
Dude was thrown all off for the rest of the game, man. He lost control for real.
Yeah, he lost
control.
Done.
Yeah, like,
and it didn't help that y'all was dragging us and doing whatever y'all wanted on the field.
You got a little motion.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, so you name it. I mean, what was Lamar Thomas doing coming out on the field yesterday? Get out of here, man.
He rapping, you know, and that emotion. I honestly love seeing that. I don't see nothing wrong with it. If I'm a star, if my son, the star player, that happens, show that emotion. Fight back. I don't care if I'm the star or not. Like, let's fight back. What bothered me was our response after the situation. It didn't get no better. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they wanted to come back. It actually looked like it lit the fire in Lamar Jackson in Louisville even more.
Because the next play, Jackson came back and tried to run it in.
So it was.
I love Jackson's competitiveness, man.
He's a beast. We better enjoy the moment.
See a player like him again. What do y'all think about Louisville just, rebounding from the middle of the season? You know, it could have been ugly for Louisville. You know, it could have went way worse. They could have been, slide down that hill and, you're looking at a season that's kind of effed up. So what do you think about their resilience and how they bounced back, coming back, winning 3 games when last year they lost their last 3 games?
Man, the wheels, appeared to be coming off, and I mean, it just shows, that staff, and you got to take your hats off. We hard on Petrino, and we won't even name the defensive coordinator. He still got to earn his stripes, but
he earned it yesterday.
More than that, but we're hard on them. But they kept this team together in that locker room. Hats off to Jackson. He kept the team together as well as a leader, not getting selfish. At the end of the year, I saw him rely on teammates more, and trusting his teammates more than I've seen him in his career, which leads a lot of people to even speculate if perhaps he could come back. I'm one in the party that doesn't think he's coming back. But, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they think he could come back.
He's wired different, man. If you've seen him, he's wired.
He looks like he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
But why come back, though?
It doesn't look like it's not like he's. I could tell there's not no pressure weighing on him as far as a decision and worrying about draft stock, the way he plays. He doesn't play like that. That's what I do enjoy.
He's getting drafted.
That's a great
anyway.
mindset to have. Like, he don't have to worry about all that.
He done moved it to top 10 in the recent mock drafts. The last one I seen had him going like 7 to the Jets. So
the one thing that I've been hearing a lot lately here in the last 2 or 3 weeks in whoever was on the commentating team on that game over the weekend.
Andre Ware, former Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, he said if he was starting a franchise right now.
College though, he did saying college franchise though.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about him and Mayfield, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. And he would pick Jackson.
I mean,
Jackson
you would. Then what Louisville fans can boast about these wins and the rest of the players playing better and Lamar relying on them. It's just the fact that y'all have the best player in college football that we have seen since Michael Vick. As long as y'all got him, y'all are in any game, no matter what, because he is that good. When it comes to the pros, I think it will. Most people think it won't, so we still have to wait to see. But for college level wise, he is very, very special on defense. If you're a cornerback or a safety, how much harder is it trying to watch a receiver and guard him and knowing that you got a quarterback that as soon as you turn your head, you turn back around, he's running past you. It puts that much more on the defense. So having Lamar Jackson keeps y'all in the game. I hope he come back just for one. He got disrespected this year. He should be a Heisman finalist. If not number one, he should be number two. Hands down.
He'll definitely be in there.
They say he won the Heisman before October last year, right? So if you can't tell me from October on, dude has not played at a Heisman-like caliber level to be in the Heisman running, so
numbers are unbelievable.
I hope he come back.
I mean, the guy hasn't had, 6 interceptions for as many pass attempts as he's thrown this year.
40 plus almost every game.
I mean, when you look at some of the numbers, 7 out of 12 games this year, he had more total yards than the opponent. I mean, the dude this year has dominated to another level. I mean, the records are there. First ever player in NCAA history for back-to-back 3,000-yard pass and 1,000 rushing. I mean,
when he's the only offense. And teams key in on him every week, and he still put up these crazy numbers.
7th NCAA history for total yardage in a career now.
He come back next year, he can break that.
Yeah, I mean, it's off the charts, the stuff he's doing.
Because the offense will be that much more better.
I think that we kind of taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because he's done it with such consistency, but looking back 5, 10, 20 years from now, we're gonna be like, God.
I know he's.
Of course, but you in the moment right now. You know what I'm saying?
Every moment.
We get caught up in the wins and losses instead of just enjoying a player playing.
He's quote after the game from Bobby Petrino. The best player you're going to see. He said it.
You don't think so?
The best player you're going to see, man.
Yeah, you gotta believe that, man. You don't think so? That's crazy.
He just, he's in the now.
No, it has nothing to do with Louisville or anything like that.
Now, man.
No, it's not even in the now. That's
yesterday.
It has nothing. I'm not biased. I always said I've been on dudes bandwagon since a freshman. It's just I don't know. Vic was on a whole nother level to me, but Vic was on a whole nother level to me, man. Vic led his team to a championship game.
That's cool. He had a better team.
Can't say that. Name me the players on Vic's team.
I don't know. It was a different era, but I'm just saying he obviously had a better team.
Can't say that.
We had 1 draft pick on the team last year. Vic played with some other draft picks. I bet he did.
A receiver probably. It's the same team. I'm just saying. I see what he's saying, and he probably will be one of the most, but I don't know.
Somebody else that I wanted to get y'all thoughts on is Reggie Bonifant had a pretty good game, man. What do y'all think about how he's kind of ended his career and to go out with a bang against Kentucky?
This was good to see from Reggie, man. At the end of the year, he became more comfortable in the position. You could tell the reps had finally caught up with him, and now he was starting to run faster and not think. He was playing a lot faster.
Playing as a running back.
And what we saw from Reggie on full display this season and throughout his career, man, that versatility. 23 total touchdowns on his career. He's no Doug Beaumont, 23 total touchdowns. He got in that end zone. I mean, he had 7 from the quarterback position, 6 from the receiver, and 10 from the running back position. And you look at over 2,000 career yards just in those from scrimmage, not even counting the punting yards and kickoff returns that he did. I mean, the kid was truly it would be overshadowed because Lamar Jackson and him's time was on top of each other.
Yeah.
But he actually has been probably a lot of these coaches could have got their hand on Lamar Jackson, what they would have did with Lamar Jackson, moved him all over the field, not figuring out how to play with him.
Right.
Instead, ended up being Reggie, the hometown kid who got moved around like that, position to position, and utilized. But, I mean, hats off to Reggie, man, what that young man
As
is
far as
doing.
coming from the city of Louisville, he'll always be one of those respected fan favorites. Yeah, definitely
good
kid,
his
man.
story,
Bounce
man.
back from
Losing
just
his
a
father.
man.
I mean, it's a great story, and I really do hope that he gets that opportunity at the next level. I mean, if he's found his niche with this running back, take off with it, man, because he's showing some. He can catch it.
Yeah, put him all over the field.
Big 6'3" in stride, man.
Fast.
He's gonna go to the combine and put up numbers.
Yeah, that's the thing. He gonna kill it. Combine. Some still make. He remind me of maybe a smaller Terrell Pryor. Where he was a quarterback at Ohio State, but he could play any position. They didn't know what to do. Then they found him as a receiver. Now he's one of the best in the league.
Football player.
Yeah, he's a football player.
The film you have on him now at all three positions, it's gonna be interesting come draft time. Who takes Reggie Bonifant and what position they want him
He'll
at.
be perfect at like the Patriots or something.
Yeah. Oh man.
Where they'll use him all over.
Him and that system guy.
But I think he's gonna. I believe he's gonna play in the NFL for a very long time.
Man, I had to ask y'all about Benny Snell, man. I know they lost the game, but that brother's a beast, man. I think he had over 200 yards rushing.
He had 211 on the ground yesterday, 2 touchdowns. That's kind of where some of my, looking funny at Stoops comes in yesterday. Your game plan. I mean, you came out and you imposed your will. You ran the ball down Louisville's throat, but you also, in return, it started to become very unbalanced, and you wore out Benny Snell on that one drive. It was a drive in the second quarter, 15-play drive, and you missed the field goal. And at that point, it was 19-3 pass rush difference for Kentucky, and they threw the balance off for the rest of the game.
There was a play on that drive where they handed it to Snell on a fake, and Johnson could have rolled to the right. He could have been right in the end zone, man. Yeah,
that was
the hell out of him.
That was the drive because he probably ran the ball with Benny probably 7 straight times, and he was taking it in the Wildcat, and it was a rush right down there towards the end of the drive where he ended up having to come out the game because he was on one knee. He was dog tired. He came out. They put the backup in. Johnson didn't run on the play you're talking about. He hands it to the backup. Boom. Next play, Johnson sacked. Benny's back in, and you missed the 34-yard field goal. It was downhill from there.
Hit it on the side of the ball.
He missed it. And I don't know if he had missed a field goal all year.
I think it was his first one. Because I remember Word was talking like, man, he's immaculate. Kicking the ball.
He done missed a few. But first, I want to give a shout out to Benny Snell.